I'm just going to say this about the election and everything, man. It sucks what happened, but it's one of those things where we have to remember that, like, unfortunately, we live in a reality where, like, people, they don't give a shit about a lot of other people's problems, okay? So what I mean by that is, like, a lot of bad things happen to people that don't deserve them. All that shit that's going on in Ukraine, all that shit that's going on in, like, you know, Palestine, like even the stuff that's going on here, trans rights, all this shit. At the end of the day, unfortunately, I believe that people do not give a shit about that if they cannot handle their own shit. So what I mean is that if you take the average person, they're working a 9 to 5 and they probably hate their job. They probably are struggling to make ends meet. They are not going to give a shit about trans rights. They are not going to give a shit about Palestine. They are not going to give a shit about any of that. And look, that's just the way it is. And I'm going to tell you, speaking from experience, that when I was fucking broke and I was struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, I did not care about any of that. It wasn't that I was not sympathetic to it. It's just my level of concern. In my mind, I was thinking to myself, okay, I was not thinking about all of that shit. In my mind, what I was thinking about is, okay, how many cans of Chef Boyardee can I buy this week and still pay rent? And look, man, that's just the way it is, okay? And to expect anything else is unrealistic, I think. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I mean, I voted for Kamala. Like, I wanted her to win. Like, I wanted to get these old white fucks out of the White House. I'm going to be honest, okay? Okay? I wanted to. I voted for Kamala, okay? Even though voting for Trump would actually benefit me, I didn't do that. I voted for Kamala, okay? Because I don't want, like, just look, guys, you vote for who you vote for, okay? But I just want to say this. Just the fact that a convicted felon can become president but not get a job is just perplexing to me. It is mind-blowing to me, okay? Just the fact that you can be a president and a felon is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And here's another thing, too. Yeah, you put out a good point, is that, like, the president is not the end-all, be-all. The president is more like a mascot. The people with the real power are like the Senate and like Congress and that type of shit. This is not me like going against Kamala, but some of the things that she said, it was like impossible for her to do, man. Like she can't do that. She said it to just say it, to like try to get social credit, you know, and I get that. I understand, but realistically, she couldn't have done it. And until like last election, I really wasn't like very political. I guess I'm still not very political, like even now. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, it's going to take a while before things change. So here's just my take, man. And you can, I guess, take this how you want. But my take on the fact that Trump won the popular vote, it's actually very disheartening to me. The reason why it's kind of disheartening is because people would rather have a convicted felon than a woman as a president. I think that's just crazy that gender or sex matters, and I think that's insane. I think that the world is still really shit. That's what I think. But then again, I'm kind of ignorant to a lot of stuff, man. Okay, look, I have friends that voted for Trump, okay? And I'm not the type of person that is going to not be friends with like a Republican, okay? I think that's stupid. I have family member that also voted for Trump, and they voted for Trump purely for greed, purely for their own interest, and that's their right. Okay, that's their right. They don't have to give a shit about anyone but themselves. That's their right. Okay, you may not like that. A lot of people might not like that, but that's that's their right. I'm not gonna completely throw away like years of friendship for that. I think that's stupid. Okay, like I'll just be real. My dad's a Republican, obviously. My dad is an old white guy, so of course he's a Republican. But I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, man? I'm gonna just tell you this. He doesn't give a shit about any of that crap, okay? He doesn't give a shit about Palestine. He doesn't give a shit about, like, maybe not give a shit is the wrong way to describe it. So I'll word it like this. He doesn't think about Palestine. He doesn't think about trans rights. And the reason why he doesn't is because he's like 70 years old. He's a boomer. He's literally a boomer. He was raised for so many years to not give a fuck about that, okay? It's fucking too late for him, man. It's just too late. He's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not an asshole. He's not like, you know, out there saying gays are dumb or anything like that. He's not doing any of that, man. He's literally just looking out for himself. And I'm sure that a lot of you have dads or family members or other people that are like that too. He's just old, man. It's one of those things where like this isn't the end of the world, okay? Like, I know it's bad. It's not the end of the world. And if I remember correctly, it's not even up to the government or the president to like be in charge of abortion rights either. Now, me, I'm obviously pro-abortion. I think that not only women but men should also have full control over their body, and no one should tell them what they can and can't do. That is what I think. Because I can tell you this, man, like there's not really a comparison that I can make to abortion for women, right? You know, I'm a dude, so there's not really a comparison, but let's just try to say that someone told me that I couldn't like do something with my body that I wanted to, like it was against the law, and that was something that I should have a right to. I would be insanely fucking pissed about that. Like just the fact that you have to like go to another state to get like healthcare and stuff like that, man, is just fucking crazy to me. But from my understanding, the way that they have it is that each state is in charge of that. It's not like, because the government doesn't want to have any responsibility over that. Guys, look. I don't want to get too much into it, okay? Because it's a very heated topic, okay? So I'm just going to say, no matter where you are, you should be in control of your own body. Anyway, look, guys, I'm just going to say that this is not the end of the world. These past two elections have been very interesting. And the reason why is because it's been extremely heavy on social media. Kind of ever since Trump started to run, honestly, right? I feel like that the election is becoming more of like a shit show. It's becoming more of like a social media event. But I don't know, man. Like maybe I'm wrong, dude. Like if who you voted for didn't win, it happens, man. It happens. I mean, I do think that there are some fucked up issues, but realistically, man, I feel like some of us live on social media too much. I feel like that's really what it is that too many people live on social media and that they now view the world through social media. They view it from a non-realistic point of view, because from a realistic point of view, people don't give a shit about Palestine. People don't give a shit about abortion rights. People don't give a shit about trans rights. People don't give a shit about this. And the reason why they don't is because their own lives are fucking miserable. And why would you care about something else when your own life is miserable? You know what I'm saying? I can promise you this. When you can't afford food or when you're living to paycheck, you don't give a shit about any of these hot topics. If you realistically think that someone living paycheck to paycheck should give a shit about like things that are happening across the globe, then you're an idiot, in my opinion. You're an idiot. It's just not realistic, man. We'll just wrap this up, man, because look, this is a very, very sensitive subject for some people, man. And this stream, we don't talk about religion on this stream. We don't talk about politics on the stream because like, I don't want that to define you as a person. You know what I mean? Like if you're very religious, and I'm not religious, like I'm not religious at all, but if you're very religious, you're very political, that doesn't mean we can't like, you know, coexist. That doesn't mean we can't get along. That doesn't mean we can't be friends. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. And I don't think that a person's religion or who they fucking vote for should define you as a person. Because like I said, I have friends and family members that also voted for Trump. I did not vote for Trump. I voted for Kamala, but they voted for Trump for very, very specific reasons, for very greedy reasons. And apparently a lot of the fucking country did too. You can take it as it is, man. You know, you can whine, you can cry, but at the end of the day, you have to accept that that's how people are. Like that is just how people are, man. I do think that there is going to be some ridiculously insane shit that happens on social media over the next like 4 years. And yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to say on that. We're not going to talk about this shit here because I know a lot of people are mentally exhausted from hearing about it and all that shit. So we're not going to talk about it anymore. Maybe I'll make this like, I don't know, quick YouTube, just I guess take or whatever. I don't know, maybe.